People say I got a drinking problem. It ain't no reason to stop. Hey, all right, Midland. Well, you guys do have a drinking problem, okay? Hey, I used to love listening to that song "Drinking Problem" by Midland, and I used to be an alcoholic. I like to drink a lot. I mean, not like a full-on alcoholic, but I was definitely drinking like every single week. And so now that I'm personal training, I coach people on how to quit drinking. It's just like I could see that alcoholism is a lot more prevalent than we think, and it's a lot more destructive than we think too. When you're embedded in that scene, you can't even tell what's going on. People like it's crazy. It's just an insane scene. So we're going to talk about today is like, do you think you got a drinking problem? You probably think you don't, and if you don't, and you don't drink at all, then you're probably right. But if you're someone that's doing this every single week, you're drinking all the time, and you should probably watch some more of this video and see what you think. And then people that do certainly have a drinking problem, please keep watching, and we're going to dive into more why you need to make changes as soon as possible. All right, so let's get into it. So the well-studied bottom line about this is because just it's obvious, like there's no more playing around anymore with this type of stuff. Like the peer-reviewed research right here is showing excessive alcohol consumption leads to higher incidence of depression, cardiovascular disease, higher cortisol levels, and lower testosterone. Okay, so what's that mean? So this means you're going to die earlier than your healthy friends, and you're going to be depressed, you're going to be weak, you're going to be extremely stressed out chronically. And so if you're aware that alcohol is destroying your future, or you're not quite sure how alcohol is serving you, then you're going to answer the 3 questions that I'm going to provide in the next few slides here. But that's the well-studied bottom line is like, it's just obvious. Like the cortisol levels, that's what's leading to stress. You're feeling stressed, and it's a negative feedback loop. You're drinking more because you feel like crap, and then your body's just falling apart. Lower testosterone, your hormones just work absolutely way less optimally when you're drinking all the time. It's the hypopituitary gonadal axis or whatever. So the more you drink, you're just destroying like that signal in your brain that's supposed to help like your testosterone be pumped out more efficiently. And then cardiovascular disease, this has a lot to do with the way you're treating your liver. Just a tough way to treat your body when you're drinking all the time. So that's just the well-studied bottom line. Look at the picture of me there. This was like 5 years ago on New Year's Eve. I was just sitting there chugging Smirnoff Ice and thinking I was having the best time of my life, but really I was waking up feeling like garbage and drinking Pedialyte to try to get back to normal. And now I'm a million times better. So here's the first question. How does alcohol serve you? So what I usually see is there's like 3 reasons that alcohol can serve people, right? So the first one is like why we get into it kind of in the beginning. And it's just liquid courage. Like it just makes us feel like we can do better in the dating culture, gives us more confidence, helps our personality improve. We're more comfortable around family and strangers. And so this is kind of what keeps people hooked on drinking is because it serves this problem of awkwardness and discomfort with your own personality. And so that's what I see a lot. That's certainly for me. I felt pretty uncomfortable around family and strangers when I was just able to start drinking. So I was like, hey, this is easy. I'll just do this and I'll be a lot more easy to talk to. And then the dating scene as well, way easier to talk to girls when you're drunk than versus when you're sober. Okay, so let's get into the second main thing I see is that you start hiding from life. Okay, this is where it just gets out of hand. Like your job is terrible, and this is the only way you're like, oh, okay, it's Thirsty Thursdays, work's done. It was a terrible day at work, but I feel better now. Okay, so work's not the greatest. Maybe you're not making enough money either, so you're drinking. But oddly enough, I believe like addiction to alcohol is going to cost you, or like drinking alcohol frequently throughout the year is going to cost you upwards of like $5,000 a year. Don't quote me on the stat, but I have seen that on some graphs before. And then stressful relationships. When we have problems with our girlfriends or boyfriends, whatever it is, and our best friends, it's a little bit easier just to kind of like drink and then like let things kind of blow under the radar. And then difficult decisions to make as well as when we're hiding from life. Like sometimes we have to make some very tough choices and we have to have some difficult conversations and we don't want to do it. So we hide and we drink alcohol and get away from that. And so this is obviously, that's like deeper stages of like alcoholism is when we're absolutely depressed and like it's helping us hide from decisions. But it's, a lot of times it's a slippery slope. Things head that direction. Okay, and then the final point is just like it's more fun. Like it's just the culture of like where we're at. You go out for someone's birthday party, it's like we're getting hammered. You go out for the wedding, and weddings I think is honestly a healthy situation to be drinking at. So I'm never gonna like chastise anyone for wanting to celebrate with alcohol on an event that's very special in their lifetime. But like every single Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday of our lives, like I don't think we need to be doing this. And so life is just more fun, right? We can't have enough fun without drinking. We can't dance. Like, isn't that crazy? Most people cannot dance unless they're drinking. They can't share some jokes without drinking. And it's like, why? Why do we have to have this poison basically ingested into our body just so we can have more fun? It's not fun without it. I need to drink. It's like, no, you don't. Okay. All right. So next slide. Let's get into the second question. Oh yeah. Wait, before the second question, I got to talk about like what all that meant in the first question about how does alcohol serve you. Basically, what it's doing is just filling this void, right? Like, look at these pictures of people that are depressed, they're hanging out and stressed out, anxious, whatever. Like, these people, clearly, if you're coming together and you're having a fun social event with people and you're drinking, and if it's, once in a year celebration, it's different. But if this is like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you're still seeing the same people every time and you're getting drunk every time, like, look at the picture on the right. This is basically what's going on. Like you all are just kind of in your own world, like not totally happy with what's going on. You're just making yourself have fun with alcohol and you're thinking you're having fun, but really you're just spending money on a substance that's just going to make your life just continue to get worse the more you're addicted to it. Okay. So it's filling a void. That's how alcohol serves you. All right. Number 2 question. So why and where do you drink? So this is typically the main things that I was kind of already mentioned already, but you got to know these things. You got to know like, why am I doing this so much and where am I doing it? So let's talk about our social circle first. Remember, you're a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time around with. And so if your social circle is loving to go drink 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, then guess what? That's what you're going to be doing too. And occupational norms. A lot of jobs, like for instance, I was in the Air Force, the military. The military is a huge drinking culture, and that was fun. I loved that. I had a pretty healthy like well-being in the military and stuff like that. But I was totally just destroying my results in the gym, and I was totally just destroying like my long-term success because it was just keeping me from doing what I needed to do to get better and be a better person. But occupational norms is very, very normal part of why people drink so much because their friends, their coworkers do it. Maybe you work in the entertainment industry. Maybe you work in a certain business scene where there's always drinks available. Like real estate's kind of like that as well. Okay. And then where you drink, bars, clubs. Okay. So restaurants are always selling alcohol. And so if you're at breweries, bars, you're definitely going to have the opportunity. And it's all in your face. You can see the marketing on the wall, and there's specials like 2 for 1 or like happy hour. So obviously you're going to be enticed to drink there. Clubs have an incentive to get you drunk as well, because that way you're spending more money and then you're dancing there longer. Okay. So this has nothing to do with necessarily the problems within the bar and club scene. It's just like they're trying to make money and people don't have the correct or the proper restraint techniques to hold themselves back, and so they're getting too drunk and they're spending a bunch of money and they're getting fights. And so think about this. You need to write down like why and where. It will show you like how really all you need to do if you're ready to make some changes with your drinking behaviors is just like you got to get away from a few different scenarios every week. Okay, just don't go to like the 50th happy hour that you've been to this year. Watch out for that party that like your tertiary friend invited you to come drink with. You're not even that close with them, but you just want to go so that we can party. Okay. Like maybe you don't do that. So you got to be aware of these things. All right. So let's think about this before I get into the third question. So all these reasons we talked about, right? So how alcohol serves us in the first question. Then number 2, like why and where we drink. Think about those reasons. Do they actually support your purpose? And do they support what you're trying to do, like long term with your life? So is it good for your personal growth? Like, are you becoming more effective at your passions and what you love to do? Are you finding more peace within yourself? And are you finding yourself acting more morally? Do you have better morality? Because for me, I felt like I was doing the wrong things and I was making the wrong decisions more frequently than I was doing the right decisions when I was drinking all the time. Okay, so that's a big thing because you're not yourself. Like, people get in car wrecks all the time. Most violence in the United States comes from alcohol. I don't know the number, but certainly like upwards of like 70 to 100% is like, or like 70 to 90 or something is like violence from alcohol. People getting drunk and getting in fights. Boom. Okay, so definitely not healthy, especially domestic violence. People that are beating their partners up. That's definitely usually involved with alcohol. Okay, so creative potential. So creative potential just has to do with, like, are you a writer? Are you an artist? Are you someone that puts together teams? Are you someone that like designs buildings and programs that people are going to come and enjoy together to become more involved and inclusive? And if you're drinking all the time, how are you gonna support that? Like, it's really difficult to reach your goals within your passions when you're hiding from your self-actualization. Okay, and then number 4, social responsibility and family. How are we supposed to be like the best fathers, the best mothers for everyone when we're getting drunk all the time? How are we supposed to be like the best friends we can be? And how are we supposed to be the best servants to those around us who need us? It's literally extremely difficult when you're an alcoholic. So remember those reasons. That's what really has pushed me to chill and not drink, because it was taking all of these things: my personal growth, peace, and more morality, creative potential, social responsibility, my family. All of those things were terrible when I was drinking all the time. Okay. All right. So let's get into the third question. So what would happen if you significantly lowered your alcohol consumption? Okay. This question says, what if you quit drinking? Like, maybe you don't have to quit entirely. And because, like, for my case, like, I'll still have some wine every now and then, but I haven't really finished a drink in probably like 4 or 5 months. And so, like, I'm like, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. But what if you significantly lowered your drinking? Okay. Obviously, disease prevention. You're going to have less depression. No way you're going to develop disease like obesity and cardiovascular disease in the same like way you can with alcohol. Anxiety is definitely going down. You're going to have a much healthier social life with more like honesty and healthy communication, and you're certainly going to have a longer lifespan. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of things off the table as far as like how difficult your life will be. Okay, and then the last part, you're going to be able to reach your next level way better. And maybe not. This is why you need to write down. But this is what I would say for me, right? My professional growth has skyrocketed. Personal development has skyrocketed. Networking skyrocketed. Ability to become unstoppable. It's just like, there's nothing now that can slow me down since I don't drink now. Because when I was drinking, it was like I had the potential to get a DUI. I had the potential to get in a car wreck. I had the potential to like make a fool of myself and lose friends and make an asshole out of myself. Now it's like I don't have any of those things to worry about. Everything is taken care of, and everything has improved dramatically since I've taken care of my drinking behaviors. I'm with better girls. I'm with amazing people that are supporting my growth. I'm learning more. I'm working more, and everything is heading in my way favorably. I feel like I have good luck all the time. I have great luck. That's because I'm not undermining my success now. So that's the final question: is what if you quit drinking? Go ahead and write what you think. If you liked and were inspired by what you learned from this video, please like and subscribe. I have Instagram at Ethan Etchart. This is my YouTube channel, Ethan Etchart Fitness. Please subscribe, like, and then check out my website. I write articles every single week about a fitness-related topic. Reach me on WhatsApp. I got my number there. I'm a personal trainer who coaches people with addictive behaviors. And check out my Facebook group as well, Electrify Your Life. And if you liked the video, again, like it, comment, and share what your thoughts were on this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.